I am happy to share with you this evening about the cash flow manager. If my computer will cooperate, spinning. Okay, you should see a presentation now. All right. Um, I just love the cash flow manager, and I'm always so excited when I'm asked to share with you all because I found this to truly be a valuable tool in helping me to save over thousands of dollars in tax savings and being able to cash flow over $150,000 because of accurate record keeping. Okay, so that's the whole purpose of this tool here is to help you to have that accurate record keeping so you can claim the hundreds of tax benefits that you can as a business owner. So let's look at this system here. So I'm going to start with the presentation and then I'll take you into your back office to see it live. But your cash flow manager can be used on your desktop and it has a mobile app that you can download from your Apple Store or your Google Play. So one of the key features is the convenience provided by the mobile version. So you want to be sure to download the app. You'll find that the cash flow manager is useful for tracking both home records and your business records. So if you have a home-based business, it's great. If you have a brick and mortar business, it's great. If you have a ride share business, it works. If you work from anywhere, it works. So this is a valuable tool to help you to claim those deductions. And so you will want to definitely invest in this portion of the My Econ system. Now, once you download the app to your phone, you will log in using your My Econ login username and password. And once you log in, select Cash Flow Manager. Okay. Now, to get started, once you log in, you want to create new. Okay. Here you want to identify whether you're creating this account for your home or for your business. Do note that you can create multiple accounts. But for this presentation, we're going to select business and we will name it My Econ. And so if you had multiple businesses, you could create one for each company. Excuse me. Okay. Now, after you have created the account, you can begin adding your expenses. Okay. So now in Cash Flow Manager, you will select Enter, uh, and then you will select New Expense. The next screen here will ask you all of the questions needed by your tax preparer to ensure that you're eligible to claim these deductions. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're claiming the right things. These are questions that your tax preparer will ask. So this documentation is what's going to help you stand up against any audit by the IRS. So you will begin by entering one of the eligible categories, okay? And once you have entered that eligible category that's listed, they list all of those major categories that are deductible expenses for you. So you'll select one. Then you want to provide the date and the amount as stated on the receipt. You want to enter the who, whomever you made the purchase from, what you purchased, and where you made the purchase. Okay. And then if you travel to make this purchase, you also want to take this time to record your mileage. Okay, so you'll put the odometer readings, the beginning and the end, and the number of business miles. On this next scene here, you will select assign receipt, okay, which allows you to take a receipt from an unassigned receipt category, which I recommend that you don't do too often. You do that when you just take a picture and you don't put in the details, you put it in unassigned. If you do that too often, it gets a little hard to keep up with. So I recommend you trying to put the information in at the same time that you take that picture. Okay. And so this is the advantage of having this software on your phone while you're sitting at the restaurant eating, waiting for everyone to finish up and pack up. You can go ahead and snap a picture of your receipt and go ahead and enter in your information right there on the spot. So select unassigned, or you select your camera, and then it'll take that picture, and then it's housed in a cloud for you. Now your receipt will then show up in yellow. Okay. So if you make a mistake, you can deselect it. Otherwise, you'll save that entry and then confirm the entry. And now your documentation has been recorded. Easy breezy. So now, once you take that picture of your receipt, again, it's recorded in the cloud. And so on your desktop, when you look at your desktop view, you'll see the picture of those receipts in the ledger. Okay, so those receipts can be attached to the appropriate category and then documented properly. Okay, now the beauty of this system is you don't have to worry about your receipts fading or losing track of it. And if you are doing this from your desktop, let me go back. If you're doing this from your desktop, you can upload and attach the receipt from a file. So if you have PDFs of receipts, your receipt was emailed to you, or you save it in a file on your computer, you can upload it here as well. Now, you can view and edit your income and your expenses, again, all from your phone. You just want to click on view, edit expense, okay, and then your expense log will pop up. Okay, here you can sort your log by income, by expense, by categorized or uncategorized. Okay, usually when you have it categorized, that gives you a clear snapshot of how you're spending money in that category. So it's great to see your expenses categorized. It's very helpful to get a quick look and a quick understanding of the money in your business. Okay, so you can also set it up for recurring expenses. It can be expenses that you do weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or quarterly, even annually. Okay, so each month you'll just have to go in and accept the update. So put in the same information. Okay, the who, the what, the when, the where. Okay, you put in your notes. In your notes, try to be as specific as possible to how this expense was related to business. Okay, and then down on the recurrence, again, you can choose from monthly all the way up to annually, and you will hit save entry. Okay. So on your mobile app, click view or edit recurring, and you'll be prompted to review the recurring transaction. It'll show up at the top. And then when you tap the review, the transaction will appear. Okay. You can then click on the entry and enter that recurring expense. And you can also add additional information, add your receipts, provide those details, all in connection with that recurring expense. Okay. Now, your mileage. You can track your mileage through this system. There are 3 ways that you can track your mileage. You can use your GPS. Just remember that when you're using your GPS on the Android, do not hit the back button, okay, or it will exit you out of the system. You can enter it manually on the log mileage button. Uh, and you just select the vehicle if you have multiple vehicles, and you enter in the information that is being asked of you. Okay. And again, being sure to enter in the notes describing how the trip was related to business. And then you'll click save or finish later. Okay. And then the final way is to enter your mileage manually as you enter your expenses. So say you go to Office Depot and you make a purchase there, business related purchase at Office Depot. When you're putting in that receipt, you'll see the same format and you'll put in your mileage that for that trip to Office Depot. With the Cashflow Manager app, you can also set up preferences for how your screen opens. So you can view your screen year to date or month to date. You can again show your expenses categorized or uncategorized. So you can set this according to your preference. Just make the selection there. Now, it's also beneficial to categorize when you view. And when you're creating your reports. Now, when it's time to prepare your taxes at the end of the year, you'll simply print out this annual report and give this to your tax preparer. They will thank you for not giving them a big box of receipts for them to sort through, or a big folder or envelope with all of your receipts. This will be so beneficial and save time. And if they're billing you by the hour, certainly save you money. Now, another report that you will need for your taxes is your profit and loss statement, which you can give to your tax preparer as well. You can simply simplify the process for categorizing your information. Let me see that one too quickly. So that's going to give you a whole year glance at how your the income you have coming in compared to the expenses you have going out, and this makes it easy for them to file your Schedule C. All right, so now I am going to stop the presentation and take you to the live. My computer had just shut down on me. Oh, I gotta get back there. Okay, just let me restore. Okay. Are you seeing my internet browser? Yes. Okay. All right. So I believe everyone on here, you know how to get into your back office, right? So we're in our back office and we scroll down to Cashflow Manager and we click on this little square here, and that will take us to the app. I already have it open over here. And here's my cash flow manager list. So remember I said that you can make as many cash flow managers as you like, personal business. You can do it for other people, family. Okay, so I have a sample business here. We'll look at that one. Okay, and so all of these that you see up here, these are those recurring expenses. So every month they will come up to the top here, and you would just need to confirm that. Okay. Let me go and I'll go ahead and confirm that one, show you. All right. So unless anything changes, you can make those changes. You can choose a file and attach your receipt. If any mileage is associated with it, you'll put that mileage there and then save entry. Okay. I did want to point out here those different reports. Now, the annual report, it automatically gives you this year. You have to change it if you put 125 to present. And then we want to categorize this And I want the income and expenses, and then click annual report. It provides your annual report for the year. I don't have any entries in there, so it won't show for that. Now, let me see. I want to make sure, go back a year, see if the year will come in. 12/24. I think this will only give you the current year. Yes, I was right. So you want to make sure that you get this before the December 31st so that you will have that year, because you won't be able to go back a year that way to get it. Your profit and loss comes in two forms. It can come in the spreadsheet or in a PDF or an Excel spreadsheet. And there's only one other thing I want to point out, your budget. Down here, you can edit your budget and really put in your expected expenses here to try to keep yourself accountable. You can do this for home or again for your business. And then in your profit and loss statement, it shows you your budget, and then each month you see what you're actually spending. So I found this to be a neat tool. Okay, and then you take it back to the dashboard. You can also get to the budget from here. Okay, so on your dashboard or inside the um, whether it's expense, that's how you would get to that. Okay. Are there any questions about the cash flow manager?
I have a question, Keisha.
Yeah.
Great job at explaining the cash flow manager, extremely detailed. So my question is, if you have personal and business, should I have one so I can see all of my expenses, or should I have one for the business and one for my personal?
At first I was doing both there because I wanted to see it all in one spot, but for tax purposes, they prefer that you have one for personal home and one for business.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Good question.
Hey, Miss Keisha, how you doing?
Yeah, how are you, Nikhil?
I'm good, thank you. Great presentation, and thank you for explaining that cash flow manager. My question is, when we are tracking our income and expenses, are we tracking it more so just for proof that it's there, or does it matter like the accounts and things that they come out of? Because I just recently started back doing t-shirts, and so I'm going to need to start tracking my income and expenses for that. And so I have where I was paid for it, and then I also had to buy some material and things like that, but I let my sister buy the materials instead. And so like that's my question, like, do I still track that if she bought the materials, or would I just be tracking the income that I use and the profit that I made because I didn't purchase the material because I was doing it for her?
You were doing it for her. You still, any spending that you spend, you want to track.
Okay. Okay.
It, does that answer?
It does.
So,
It does. So because I spent it on the t-shirts for the job. So yeah, I would be tracking that still because I use it to make material.
exactly. And so do you have a t-shirt business and my econ business?
Yes, I do. And I haven't been running my t-shirt business. I never like set it up properly. And so like this would be like where I would start to if I am gonna start back. And so that's why I'm kind of trying to get a understanding now of how I'm gonna track it.
Okay. Excellent. So you want to make sure that you have a separate cash flow manager for your t-shirt company and then one for my econ as well.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Great questions, you all. Any other